Good morning, Hoyas!
I'm Gabe Bravo.
And I'm Aaliyah Riley.
Welcome back to another episode of HoyaVision.
Now that Halloween is over, it's time to kickstart back into fall with Thanksgiving right around the corner.
So true, Aaliyah. And just right after that, it's Christmas.
That's right. But today, we will be looking at teaching as a profession, clubs that help out at dog shelters,
and others that code. But staying local, of course, we have to end off with a candy store in our area.
But first, we've got some new classes, and they have a lot to offer our Hoyas.
Hey Hoyas, as you're choosing your classes for next semester, you might want to check out the new Teaching as a Profession class, where students can learn what it's like to be a teacher. Leading this new course is none other than Ms. Haggerty, who's exploring a hands-on approach to learning.
Well, we don't really have an average day. We try to change it up. You know, one day we're wearing brain hats, one day we are role-playing, another day we're coloring. I am just passionate about getting to know my students and what makes them learn, and I love creating activities that meet their needs, and I hope that passion will inspire some of my students to join the teaching workforce. We do a lot of project-based learning activities. We have guest speakers. We're going to work with our special needs friends, and eventually in this class they'll actually go out into local schools.
Ms. Haggerty has really enjoyed this first semester of TAP, and her students feel the same.
I've always had a little bit of interest in being a teacher. I didn't know for sure if I wanted to, but I thought it'd be an interesting class. We learn about the different standards that teachers have to do, and then how students' brains develop, and so how you can best teach them. It's helped me just to understand why teachers do like certain things they do that I hadn't thought of ever before.
It's helped me discover how to engage with little kids and how to differ your activities and stuff based on their like individual strengths.
I hope to see a thriving TAP program where my students are in classrooms enjoying their experience in their local schools, being student teachers and leaders.
To sign up for Teaching as a Profession, talk to Ms. Haggerty in room 504 for more information.
Wow, that sounds really interesting, and overall, just sounds like a fun class to take.
Yes, it's so nice to see our students following in their teachers' footsteps. One thing that inspires me is helping my community. Dogs especially deserve emotional support. So if you feel very passionately for these canines too, you'll love Hoya for Hounds.
Hey Hoyas, I'm Hannah Bailey, and we got to learn more about an important club here at Harrison High School, Hoyas for Hounds.
So Hoyas for Hounds is a volunteer-based club where we go to Lake City Animal Shelter, and we volunteer about once a month for the entire year, and we end up doing volunteer work by helping the dogs and animals there. We do food drives and little goodie drives to where we get toys and things like that to help dogs in need.
Hoyas for Hounds benefits the dogs mainly because a lot of these dogs come from broken homes and a lot of them are in a hurting place. So it's really beautiful for us to be able to spend time with them and make them feel secure and loved. Students can get volunteer hours from this, so it's really beneficial to college applications.
3 representatives are Sarah Bruni, President, Courtney Conrad, Vice President, and Grace Newton, Secretary.
For volunteering with Hoyas for Hounds, it's very simple. Unfortunately, we have gained all of our permission slips for this year, but next year, if you are interested, we do not have any fees, so all you have to do is sign up through Miss Vincent. She is our sponsor. She's in room 318, and you can either talk to her about that this year, or we also are at the Hoya meeting at the beginning of the year for all freshmen and all of that, and you can get super involved by joining our Remind or following our Instagram, and it is all just Hoyas for Hounds.
Make sure to follow their Instagram and to get involved at Hoyas for Hounds. Once again, I'm Hannah Bailey.
It's so inspirational seeing our Harrison students volunteering to help these dogs out.
For sure, spaces are limited, but it is always important to stay on to look out for opportunities like that.
And to all the people out there looking to get into directing, acting, or filming, this one's for you.
Hey Hoyas, I'm Kara Barney, the president of Short Film Club. Short Film Club is a great opportunity for students who want to act, write scripts, or even use cameras. No.
And yet again, another great opportunity for you to get involved.
And hey, if filming isn't for you, maybe coding is.
Coding Club is an organization that primarily focuses on community service, but we also do competitions and we also learn how to code together as a community.
So Coding Club is an interactive experience with students to help them learn programming and computer science better.
Anyone who's slightly interested in technology should join.
It's definitely one of the more technical clubs in the school. It's a lot of hands-on experience with programming and just the sciences behind how programming works.
There is no minimum requirement. You can just join. All levels are welcome. coding club is on the second Tuesday of every month. You can just show up. You can talk to Mrs. 5 in room 510 and just talk about the details with her. Everyone should code.
That's right. Everybody should come, especially if you love computer science.
Gabe, I don't know much about it, but one thing I love is candy.
Let's take it on down to the Marietta Square for a special candy store that I happen to enjoy myself.
Hey Hoyas, I had a chance to visit Rocket Fizz. Let's see what they had to say.
I feel like what makes this place different is because you can find candy here that you wouldn't really find anywhere else. Like, we have a lot of different stuff, so I think that makes it really cool.
It's kind of like more nostalgic for customers to come in instead of just a regular candy place.
My favorite thing we sell here is like the really big gummy candies.
We have been starting to get Sanrio stuff and stuffed animals, so those are my favorite things, and it's fun to have a little buddy while I'm here working.
I would recommend other people to come here because I feel it's just a really fun store. We have stuff for everyone, not just one specific group. So I think it's just a place for everyone to come, not just kids. My least favorite thing we sell here is the drinks, just because I don't really like the flavors, the different flavors. I mean, they're cool, but they're just not for me. They're really nasty to me, but other people like them.
Some of the stuff is enchilada soda, it's really gross, and then all the other stuff is different countries that you wouldn't be able to get here. For the owner, he actually owns 3, and he just went into another candy store in Florida and saw everything, and he was like, this is really cool, I want to own a candy store. So over time, now he has 3 of them.
Wow, look at that wide variety of candy.
I'm such a sugar fiend. I will definitely be going there.
Yeah, I can tell. But it's always nice to hear some of the stories in our area and what they bring to the table.
And it seems like the perfect weekend adventure. With that being said, it's time to wrap up our show.
Make sure to follow us on our socials at Hoya.broadcasting on Instagram and TikTok.
And keep a lookout for more episodes of HSPN, HoyaVision, and HoyaVision Presents Today in 10, which is our podcast. You can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, and anywhere you find your favorite podcasts.
And once again, I'm Gabe Bravo.
And I'm Aaliyah Riley.
Bye, Hoyas!
Thank you.